What's up, kiddos? It's your friend Can, and I'm back with more Hiveswap Friendship Simulator. Alright, part 1 of volume 5 went beautifully, as have the last couple of volumes. But can we keep this streak going and actually, set a new precedent of actually getting every single one? Oh, and she shows up now. Nice. Okay. Palapagozi. Nice. Okay. So we are moving on to our friend here, Zebruh Kodak. You look very fancy. Let's see what your deal is. Your stroll takes you into a nice part of town that seems to have larger, more McMansion-style hives. Based on your past experience on Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper-class enclaves equal safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know where you'll find your next friend. The power of positive thinking must be on your side, because someone emerges out of the shadows of these sprawling suburbs. Ooh, very fancy. Oh, hello there. Oh no. I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks. You don't know where you are, do you? By this point in your time in Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive to the ways of the world, but you don't know what you could say to try and convince this guy that you've got any kind of street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, but he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood. Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivete? That would sure be a fantastic luck. It's probably not good luck for me, actually. It's a good thing that I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of lowbloods as I am. Oh, great, he's one of those guys. Oh, but I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad. Wow, okay. Oh! Can you back up, my dude? A little bit. I don't mean to be forward. Yeah, can you be a little bit backwards, maybe? But you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what color your blood is? A little fucking straightforward, aren't you, my dude? You hesitate. While you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society, you're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood color plays in this world. And you've managed to gather by now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. What do? Lie and say you have a high blood color, or tell the truth? That's a tough one. Because are you going to take red as like mutant red, or like rust blood? If you take it as rust blood, we're safe. Also, you seem to have a penchant for low bloods, even though I don't know how I feel about you. Well, let's just tell the truth. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red. I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red Oh, no. Oh, no. You are what I was thinking. Bruh. Zebruh. Back off, my dude. Not interested in where you're going with this. I mean, I don't think I've ever made friends with a red blood before. You don't know what a quadrant is, or what it means to fill one. Aw, you sweet summer child. Given your experience on this planet so far, you're nervous that it could mean something violent. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is. You come on strong. Nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. That doesn't sound... Are you, like, running a brothel? What? You know, because I believe it's important to help out the undeserved members of the community when you can. My hive is this way, shall we? Somebody give him a fedora. You follow him down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night, because you see lots of other trolls walking around here, too. Most of them are dressed as nice as Zebruh, and you see a few shabbier-looking trolls that must be low-bloods walking with high-bloods. Today is actually flushed out. Oh, no! Today is actually Flushed Affirmation Day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate sprits out to celebrate. Lucky for you, my flush quadrant is currently empty, so I'm all yours tonight. Uninterested. That sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friends with plenty of other friends. Yeah, sure. Sharing can be a good time if you're into that. I could be, speaking personally. Like, maybe with 2 lowbloods. But not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has got to respect each other, you know? Wow, what? You have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place. You decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows how we might misinterpret you next. Huh. Looks like there are a lot of high-blood, low-blood couples out tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these low-bloods are probably with their mate sprits because it's socially advantageous. Pretty shitty of the high-bloods to take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. Can you hear me rolling my eyes? I think it's super terrible when high-bloods don't treat their low-blood mate sprits like the queens that they are. You look around at all the other couples. The class divide is pretty noticeable, and some of the high-blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces when talking to their low-blood dates. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed mate sprit kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders. It could maybe be a cute couple-y thing, you guess, except she's sure laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot pressing into the back of his neck. Ugh. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kind of humiliating. Oh god, what is this face? Zebruh sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically. In the process of waving his arms around in disgust, he slips an arm over your shoulders. Oh god, can you move away? I'm so sorry, you shouldn't have to see something like that. You're trying to think of a tactful and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulders when you arrive at what must be his hive. It's the biggest and most McMansion-y hive on the block, and when he stops in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly at his sprawling home. Welcome to my humble abode. I just feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. And you have an actual... I shouldn't be surprised. When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished-looking white zebra. It has normal zebra markings all over its body, except for around its neck, where the dark gray zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting. Don't mind my Lucis. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. But he lets me keep lowbloods around the hive to help out and stuff, so he's not all bad. Let me give you the grand tour. As Zebruh takes you through the spacious hive, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebruh's. You're guessing these are the lowbloods he just mentioned? They seem to all be doing chores. Sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in troll-sized bathtubs for other, possibly fresher green slime. Each of them glances up at you and Zebruh when you pass by, then looks deferentially away. The zebra Lucis is following you, and every time you exit a room it pauses in the doorway to whinny out what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive at an empty ballroom-looking space upstairs, where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what must have been quite a party. Zebruh seems to notice you noticing how all the trolls in here are scrubbing the floor, and how they all are avoiding your eyes. See, I told you I take in plenty of guests. I believe it's important to promote diversity, you know? So that's why you don't see any other indigo bloods here. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing your labor when it's necessary. Right, guys? A few lowbloods mutter an affirmation, while others just put their sponges and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Ugh. Zebruh looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them. They don't all realize yet that my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. Let's take care of you, shall we? Perhaps his Lucius has had enough of tolerating your presence because he takes the opportunity to stop following you and go huff at more of Zebruh's guests. Now, for better or worse, you are alone, and Zebruh has turned all of his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly. The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I could introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know? Or if you're tired, I can show you to your guest room now and we can have a nice night in. Go out or stay in. Oh, there's so many bad implications about staying. Let's go out so I can run away from you. You're not crazy about the idea of being alone with this guy for the rest of the night. Plus, if he's as popular as you say he is, that means more potential friends for you to meet. Always think about that friendship quota. You tell him that you're interested in going out. Cool. Sounds like a great time. I'll just go get ready. Actually, I think I'm more in the mood for a nice quiet night in. Maybe television streaming service and lower the temperature if that's cool with you. Boy, if that has the same connotations as it does on Earth, it's not cool with you. You stumble through expressing some misgivings, but he talks over you. Great, sounds like we both feel like staying in tonight. Not gonna lie, I'm psyched to stay in and have you all to myself. I just want you to feel comfortable, whatever we choose to do. You're not sure why he asked what you wanted to do, since your preferences don't seem to matter much. My Lucius and my guests have probably prepared a delicious meal for you by now, but let's finish the tour first. I assume you want to see my room. I do not want to get anywhere near your room. You tell him, sure, bedrooms are a great way for people to express their personalities, and as his friend, you're interested in getting to know him better. He doesn't seem to have heard part of that sentence, but it's okay. Hopefully he got the gist. When you get to his enormous room, it's decorated with posters of musicians on the walls and what seem to be social justice slogans. One poster is a symbol with clawed hands in several different colors coming together to hold a trident with the word unity underneath it. Another poster features a rainbow of colors ranging from rust to olive green that proclaims him to be a low-blood ally. Two other low-blood servants are in here, one of them standing on a stepladder to dust some high shelves, while the other crawls around on the floor, scrubbing and picking up wrappers that Zebruh seems to have just littered there. Pretty sweet place, right? You look confused by the posters. Your music taste probably isn't refined enough to have heard of my favorite bands. I only listen to subversive musicians that speak truth to power. Luckily, you have me to teach you how to confront your privilege and support marginalized artists. Also, did you notice my rad pile? It's a perfect setup for feelings jams with your Moirail. He winks at you. You don't know what a Moirail is or what he means by feelings jam, which sounds like in theory it could be a nice thing, but maybe not given the sleazy way he says it. Excuse me, I have a Moirail. Her name is Polypa, and I just started dating her, so shut up. You tell him that it looks like a very nice pile of things. You spot a couple pillows, what looks like a puppet with a disturbingly long nose. Oh no. Some random bow ties, a few horseshoes. You look intrigued. Want to lie down on it for a second? We don't have to do anything, but sometimes it can be nice to just, you know, pacify each other a little bit. Ugh. He sprawls on the pile in what he probably thinks is an enticing way, like he wants you to draw him like one of your French girls. You turn away to try and hide the disturbed expression on your face, because turning down his advances probably isn't the best way to secure his friendship. It is, however, a way to secure my comfort. As your eyes cast about the rest of the room, you notice the low-blood servant scrubbing the floor is having a coughing fit. You can tell that she's trying to cough unobtrusively, but it seems like she's hacking her lungs up, with each big cough racking her whole body and making her shoulders shake. Concerned, you crouch down by her side. She jumps when she notices your concern and mumbles that she's fine and that you don't need to worry. But she doesn't look fine. Now that you're getting a closer look, you can tell that she seems to be underfed and exhausted, with sickly shadows on her face and scraped up knees and elbows. She looks bad, and you know bad, considering how much of your time you've recently spent stumbling around with various excruciating injuries. You mention to Zebruh that his guess is not looking so good. He frowns, getting up from his pile of stuff to come investigate, blinking down at you in confusion and not sparing a glance for the low blood. What? What are you even talking about? The servant tries to go back to her scrubbing, but she struggles with coughing and scrubbing simultaneously. It's hard for you to watch. Surely she would feel better if she took a break and ate or drank something? You asked Zebruh about that hot meal he said was being cooked for you. Maybe you could give some of it to this poor sick troll. Geez, you're making me look bad. There's no way a guest in my house could be going hungry. I respect lowbloods and do everything in my power to take care of them. What, you think you're a better ally than I am? Considering your status or lack thereof on this planet, you're not sure you count as an ally so much as a member of the oppressed underclass, but you let that slide. You hasten to explain that you didn't mean to criticize him, and you're sure he's doing a fine job at being an ally to lowbloods. Yeah, well, it's not easy. Whatever. Maybe we should go eat now. I don't feel like having a feelings jam anymore. He turns and leaves the room without showing any sign that'll do something for the sick lowblood. You mouth an apology to her behind his back, and she just gives you a tired wave and goes back to scrubbing. Can I be friends with her instead of this fuckboy, please? Zebruh leads you downstairs to the dining room, whereas Lucis is supervising a team of lowbloods setting the table with what looks like a 4-course meal. The look on this Lucis's Zebruh face is now even more disdainful than before, with its bow tie seems angrier. Looks like dinner is almost ready. Cool, cool. Of course, you're probably not going to offer to pay for any of it, are you? Figures. Trolls in general are always expecting me to provide for them without ever offering any concupiscence in return. I'm sorry. Pardon the fuck out of you? For once, you're kind of glad that you're unfamiliar with this alien vocabulary and innuendo. You have absolutely no money, which he definitely knows. You can pay him back for the dinner in friendship? Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I want to be friends with someone who has a problem with the way I do activism. I have it on good authority from every other highblood I know that my intersectional praxis is valid. You stumble over your words in your haste to assure him that you in no way meant to say he's not valid. You've never met a troll so valid. No one believes in his validity more than you do. Whatever, let's just eat. You both sit down at the table with the lowbloods at the table. I'm sorry, I need to read that again. You both sit down at the table while the lowbloods set the table, light the candles, and serve the appetizer course. You can't help but notice that most of them look just as malnourished and sickly as the troll upstairs, but it might be best not to bring that up again. You wait in silence for a while, and Zebruh looks like he's stewing over something. Then he sets his fork down and looks over the table at you with a frown. You know what? I just realized. You totally denied my low-blooded her own agency when you questioned me about not feeding her. Yeah, what you said was totally problematic. You don't respect lowbloods at all, do you? Not like I do. You try to apologize, saying that it was not your intention to disrespect anyone, but that you're sorry you apparently did. He doesn't let you get the words out. People don't realize how tough it is to be a high-blood troll who believes in social justice. Seriously, I face my own kind of oppression for speaking out and being an activist for low-blood rights. I'm going to fucking punch you in your motherfucking face. For one thing, I never get the consolation or concupiscence I deserve. Fuck right off. My quadrants are always going unfilled because no one else agrees with my radical views. I thought you'd be different, but you don't get it either. You tried to tell him that he's got you all wrong. You agree with his radical views and believe in low-blood rights, which is why you were concerned for his guests in the first place. But he acts like you didn't say any of what you just said. You're just another one of the oppressors, complicit in the unequal power structures of our fucked up society. Your lack of awareness of your own privilege really makes me sick. Ooh. You must think you're so oppressed with their red blood and multiple injuries. But what you're doing now, rejecting me and criticizing me, it's really exactly the same as what subjugulators do to the lowbloods they call. You probably wow, okay. You probably deserve whatever shitty position you have in society, unlike me. I deserve to have this nice house and lowblood servants and full quadrants for being such a good activist, okay? He's standing up by now, advancing on you with his zebra stamping its hooves threateningly at his side. You scramble back, trying to make your way to the front door. It's tricky because you have to step around all the lowbloods who seem to feel strongly that they should get away from Zebruh when he's angry. You don't make it to the front door fast enough on your own. Ooh! With a terrifyingly equine scream, Zebrah's Lucis rears up on its hind legs and strikes you with its hooves, battering you through the front door and breaking some of your recently healed ribs again. Ugh. Take your privilege and offensive views and get out. Anyone who doesn't respect lowbloods is not welcome as a guest in my hive. Game over. It would behoove you to stay away. Well, good. You know what? This is one of those cases where I didn't want to be your friend. I'm not gonna go on a rant. I'm not gonna go on a rant. I'm not gonna do it. But fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Anyway, if you want to hear me rant about things, you can come follow me on Twitter at SwiftMartyrdom. I'm also on Tumblr as GatoNip, and I'm always on YouTube looking up actual social activism and not being a shitheel like that guy was. Anyway, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!